The only way out is through. This is something that we learn every single year during eclipse season. So, right now, April, as well as March, and October and November. Every single year, the theme changes, and we've been wrapping up lessons related to relationships, how we can have better ones. And with this new moon solar eclipse in Aries, it gives us some extra confidence, some momentum to move forward in starting a new chapter, a new version of ourselves. New moons are always about planting new seeds, new beginnings. And when it's a solar eclipse, or rather, when it's an eclipse, it is very potent and very powerful. You may have seen a lot of people talk about it as a portal, an opportunity to really ascend, to raise your consciousness. And those things are all true. At the end of the day, it's all about your growth. And in the sign of Aries, it is a cardinal sign. So it leads, it starts things. And Aries is definitely that sign that has its hand in a lot of different things, a lot of different projects. And for this past year, we have been exploring and learning about how we want to take the lead, how we want to show up for ourselves and others. Most importantly, part of leadership is about accountability and realizing how and where you need to be more accountable to yourself and in a specific area of your life. So, at the collective level, we are all exploring boundaries, accountability, leadership, resparking, igniting creativity, and at the more individual level, you want to see where Aries shows up in your chart. Go to your favorite astrology app, grab your free career astrology report from my website, yoursaturn.com, to see where Aries shows up in your chart. If Aries is your sun, your moon, your rising, or north or south node, this is a very potent time for you. And it can feel very uncomfortable if you haven't been doing the work. Honestly, even if you have been doing the work, because I also feel, change is very hard, especially when you're excavating the more tender parts of you, kind of releasing and recognizing just parts of yourself, the shadow self that you aren't really comfortable with, you would rather kind of look away from. For my Aries sons, this is a big upgrade to your personality, to your identity. For my Aries moon, this is a big change in how you relate to anger, how you transmute it, and how you process your emotions. And for my Aries risings, you are recognizing that you might want to take a bigger lead, a more intentional effort in how you move through the world and how you want to be seen by others. And you might be realizing that you actually want to lead in a very different way. And that where you are right now, whether it's personally or professionally, isn't the right fit. For my North Node in Aries, this is your nodal return. And it's almost kind of like a final activation of this new alignment to purpose, to what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime, and kind of letting go of codependency and kind of like the need to ask for other people's approvals or opinions, and step into a more confident version of yourself that recognizes that you have a specific vision for the world, and you want to be taking more aligned, more inspired action to make it happen, knowing that you can stand confidently on your own 2 feet and be able to tap into that part of you that can be like, hey, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. If anyone else wants to come, that's cool. But I'm comfortable following my own dreams, my own vision. And I think there are other people that also want to follow as well. If you have other planets in Aries, let's say Mercury, that means your communication style is different. Venus, the way that you um, interact with others, the way that you perceive like money, your values are probably shifting in a subtle way in terms of like how you lead, the type of creative that you are, and kind of where you want to be very action oriented when it comes to managing your money. Mars in Aries, you are rethinking how you take action and releasing any blocks and stagnation around moving forward, and also releasing some self sabotage as well. That's a quick little reading for you. And for those who want more insights, I do have a couple mini career astrology readings that are specifically for eclipse season. So check the notes. If you would like some insights, I'll tell you kind of like what this season, what this month actually brings for you, because it's also Aries season. Mercury retrograde is in Aries, Venus is in Aries, Chiron is in Aries. I mean, it's a big healing time. If you're 50 years old, um, you're having your Chiron return, and that's a lot of healing around worthiness, around how you're able to advocate for yourself and take the lead. So check the show notes. If you book a reading, it's going to be about, kind of like how to heal, what are your challenges, how you might be getting in your own way, and kind of next steps forward, so that you feel like there's some momentum and there's some positive change and being more comfortable in kind of embracing the change that is happening for you. So we'll be in this new moon solar eclipse in Aries energy for another like week or two. For those who are sensitive to energy, you'll feel it kind of like all the way through for the rest of this month. And we can all set some intentions that will come into fruition, come into full manifestation in 6 months when it's the full moon in Aries. It's not going to be an eclipse. It's going to be pretty close to eclipse season, but it won't be an eclipse. But really, it's going to be a beautiful kind of like wrapping up of lessons we've been learning for over a year now, and helping us feel more confident, more comfortable in embracing the truest version of ourselves that is aligned with our values and our higher self. Hope that's helpful. If you need some journal prompts, I invite you to journal about how you're resisting change, how you define leadership, and where in your life do you need to be a little bit more in the driver's seat and kind of leading the way. All right. Until next week.